Good afternoon, everybody. It is time for our Twin Flame daily taunt and card picks for the mid-afternoon. We're just coming on 12 o'clock out in the East Coast of the United States. It's a full moon. It's also a eclipse that just happened this morning. And we have a devil comet, and we're in the middle of Purim. So we've got a lot of crazy energies going on today, and I'm going to be pulling some cards for anybody who is interested live. So if you do believe that you would like a card, a message from your twin in separation, I know this is a tough time right now, why don't you pop on in, put your name into the chat, and I will pull some cards. There is no donation required, but it is definitely appreciated. So let's see what the current energy going on for the Twin Flame Collective is this afternoon. This is for the Divine Masculine energies to the Divine Feminine. Let's see where energetically we are from a love energy perspective on that relationship from a collective level. So see if you can tune into it. Divine Masculine Collective to the Divine Feminine. What is the current romance energy? And we have a card. Well, this could be the one. So whatever person is on your mind, there's a potential for that. Anything else we want to talk about within this energy? Energy on Monday, right after an eclipse. Keep an open mind, meaning that person on your mind may not be the same person you remember them as. They may have gone through some changes. And two more cards. Pay attention to the red flags and attraction, right? So there's a lot going on energetically within the Divine Masculine Collective to the Divine Feminine Collective. Okay, let's see what message cards that we have today. We'll try to pull some messages for anybody who wants a message. Let's see what the collective messages are from the Twin Flame Collective today. Let's go find a nice deck for that one. Let's see which one I'm called to. Okay, Twin Flame, Divine Masculine Collective to the Divine Feminine Collective. What is the current energies, current messages that you want to tell the Divine Feminine Collective? Divine Masculines, connect in and tell me what it is you want to tell the Divine Feminine Collective. We have any other messages? Let's see what we got. Another one. Anything? All right, I think they finally got their words. So we got quite a few messages here. Let's get through them one by one. Okay, first message we got is, will you give me a second chance? So they're in their head, they're thinking about, is there potential? We had a lot of trauma, right? Repetitive cycles. They've been through a lot of cycles, a lot of learning, a lot of lessons. I didn't mean what I said, and that's why they're asking if you'll give them a second chance. They've been through or going through a spiritual awakening at this point. They know they've taken their time on this. Please don't move on. They're afraid. And they're hoping it's water under the bridge and you're ready to finally forgive them and allow that connection to move forward. Let's see if we can get some more messages from this connection. Okay, any more messages for the Divine Feminine from the Divine Masculine Collective? Spirit, connect me to the collective. What does the Divine Masculine Collective want to say? See what we get. Cards. I don't think they want to talk on this deck, so we'll switch over to a different deck and see what messages they have. Divine Masculine to the Divine Feminine Collective. Now this is live. Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine Collective. We got one that went on the floor already. This is the deck they wanted to use. Okay. So let's go get the one from the floor. Now this is the immediate space they're in right now. This is the one that fell on the floor. Right? I'm heartbroken. I don't think I don't care. I do. I just feel stuck right now, right? They're going through their lessons. I thought I could walk away and forget all about you and this, like I've walked away from so many others, right? They're like, yeah, okay, I felt something, but I can get that anywhere. Well, they couldn't. I know who you are to me. I recognize and acknowledge the connection. I just can't do it right now, right? And so they're still in their head. They're trying to figure out how we're going to get that second chance. And based on the way they were, it's going to be a tough one. And here we go. Another confirmation, right? I'm not sure how to approach you. I'm thinking about it, right? So they're going here. So you can see two decks, same confirmations. Let's see what else we have within that energy from the Divine Masculine to the Divine Feminine. Let's see what energies we have. Okay, Divine Masculine to Divine Feminine. What are the current energies? Current messages. Okay, got two cards right away. My soul speaks through songs. Did you hear our songs? Listen closer to the lyrics, right? So they're speaking to you through music. See if you recognize the energy as the music plays. That's going to be your cue. And when you do, listen to the words. Really listen to it. And again, I'm stuck inside my brain, right? They're still trying to figure this out. Okay, let's see what else we can pull. Let's get some more guidance on the connection. Masculines. What other information do you want to give to the Divine Feminines at this point in time? Okay. Looks like they only want to give up one card on this deck. Right? And they're visiting you in your dreams. Have you been dreaming about them? Sometimes they'll show up as people that you already know, and they'll kind of hide themselves, but the energy can't be hidden, so you've got to be able to feel that energy if that's the case. And let's see what the current shadow is. Okay, can we get some shadow messages, Spirit, from the Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine Collective? What shadows are being worked on right now? Okay. And the shadow that they're working on is they're waiting for an apology, right? But we know it's got to be a mutual, right? And they need to approach you with that follow your intuition on that, whether you need the approaching or they need the approaching, but this is what's holding them back right now, because they still feel stuck thinking that because you hurt them, whether you believe it or not, even though they probably initiated it, your reaction hurt them a heck of a lot more than they are willing to admit at this point. But they want this, the second chance, and they're trying to figure out how they're going to approach you, because they're still in their head around, hey, I'm owed an apology. So that's the reading I have, a live reading. Let's see if we can get anybody to join today, because I'm going to do live card pulls. If you happen to find this, this is your message. If you don't, then it's not your message. I will not be posting this one, maybe to my YouTube channel, but not to my TikTok channel. So if you haven't followed me on my YouTube channel, Silver Fox Spiritual on YouTube, I do this and I do light language as well. So a lot of healings, all of my longer stuff is going to be through that channel. So with that, let's clean up the cards a little bit, and we will do a interim pick a pile, which is going to allow you to pick what resonates for you and your connection, right? So we're going to pick some cards, we're going to put them out there, and we're going to label them by crystal, and then you pick the crystal that you feel resonates the best with you. Okay, we're going to do number 1, pile number 2. Going to do pile number 1, pile number 2. We're going to do another pile here. Okay, pile number 1, pile number 2. We're going to get another message. Okay. Pile number 1. Pile number 2. One more message. And then we're going to put an advice card in here as well. So, pile number 1, message. Pile number 2. And the last card we're going to put into this pile, this pick a pile, it's going to allow you to trust your own intuition to see which ones you resonate with, because it's nice to have somebody read for a collective, but when you choose, you get a better feeling from your own energy as to what's available. So we're going to do pile number 1 and pile number 2. Okay, so we're now going to put some crystals on this pile. So pile number 1 is going to be crystal pyrite, and pile number 2, we're going to be doing some black onyx. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys a few minutes to feel into the energy of the pyrite, pile number 1, black onyx, pile number 2. Okay, feel into that energy. Get ready to make your choice. And as you make your choice for the pile, I'm going to now pull the cards, and let's see what the cards have to say for us. All right, so the pyrite pile. You chose this pile. Okay, first thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about what you need to do, and that's feel the blood, the power of your blood and your ancestors, right? So connect to your ancestors. This is Divine Feminine's guidance for today. Next thing we're going to look at is their first message. right? Your first message from your Divine Masculine is, I worry about being able to come up to your expectations, right? So, they're feeling like you're a little bit a step above them, and so they worry about coming to those expectations. That's in their mind. You speak to me through music, right? And I guess if you've watched the beginning of this, you've noticed that we have a synchronicity around music today. So pay special attention, especially if you've picked this pile. I wish I could turn back the clock and do things over, right? They're still sitting in regret. Okay, let's see what other energies we have from this connection. Again, visiting in your dreams, right? So we've got dreams and music. So if you resonated with the first reading earlier, this pile really is confirmation. And the last piece is love yourself first, right? You're not going to get the love of your life until you love yourself and your life. Right, so that's my pyrite reading. Now let's get to the onyx reading. Okay, so first card on deck, our guidance for the Divine Feminines. That guidance is right here, right? Follow the path of your soul. Do not allow anyone or anything to stop you, right? So follow what you feel, your intuition. That's the one that's guiding you right now. You see the antlers and the sun. That's telling you to be your own light. Follow your own light. Don't worry about anybody else. That's the guidance for the Divine Feminines. Okay, let's get our first message. Right? Are you going to reject me? Are you mad? Right? So we also saw in the earlier, we're talking about, hey, I want to come in. This is that energy. So there's a resonation from an earlier connection. I want to be more than friends. So you may see them come in and they may act like they just want to be friends, but look at the red flags. There's an ulterior behind it. Choose whether you want more than that or not. I'm filled with regret, right? They're in their head. They know what they did. They know that conversation, the fight, whatever it was, went in the wrong direction, not the direction they wanted. I can't do this, right? Back in their head again. Hey, I don't know what to do, right? There's fear and anxiety, and they're interfering. And in the current energy on this, unrequited love, right? It means that at this point, only one person's making the effort. Hope that resonates with you. I think we've had a lot of synchronicities within the two reads that we've done, and that's the pick a pile section for this. So now I'll do one more round of collectives to see if it resonates with anybody else, and then we're going to close out this live session. If anybody does join the live session, I will pull some cards or do an activation, whichever you prefer. Donation is not required, but definitely appreciated. Even if you're watching the replay, definitely appreciate it. It helps me keep this channel going and my YouTube channel going. So let's see what we have for the next collective. We're going to start with another message for the Divine Feminine on this one. We're going to, set the intention to receive the message you're meant to receive if you've made it to this portion of the reading and you're still on and watching. What we're going to do is we're going to set that intention. Okay, what is it that I need to hear for today? And we're going to pull up where the Divine Feminine is. We're going to pull two cards for her as to what does she need to hear from the collective level for today, what guidance. Okay. And this came out big yesterday. The love of your dragon reaches out to you, right? It's very green, very heart-centric. So feel into your heart for your dragon. If you don't know who your dragon is, set that intention to learn who your dragon is. They're here to support you. And let's see if we have any other messages around the Divine Feminine. How is she feeling today with all the energies going on and being in separation? And we have 2 messages here. I wasn't expecting the connection when it showed up. Even though I knew what it was right away, I wasn't ready, knowing that hasn't made it easier. I must trust in divine timing, right? we all know how that is, right? We all recognize it, but we always question it, and at the same time, we want it when we want it. Instant gratification, that never happens spiritually. I started to feel safe with you, enough to let my guard down a little. Your coldness hurt so much, right? And that's effectively what happens to most of us. That's why we're in separation. And it says, I can't wait for you to get it. I have to keep moving forward. If you don't come back, know there will always be a special place in my heart for you and for what might have been, right? And this is basically, you need to be in that space of detachment. However, if we roll back to the first one, it's divine timing, right? You're going to just have to deal with divine timing, and it frustrates us all. We know it. We like things. We're in a instant gratification society, and so we want what we want. So let's do a check-in on where the collective is energy-wise. What's going on with our divine counterpart. Okay, right away we've got the check-in. I don't know what to do with my feelings, so I stuff them down, right? Your divine masculine sitting in his head still, trying to figure out what this is. Let's get a relationship energy read. Okay, what's current energy on the relationship? And it's a mask, right? The divine masculine is still wearing a mask, not showing his true feelings. He's hiding it. He's pretending that he doesn't have a feel. Let's see if we get anything else on this. Any other energies for today? Talking. Okay, so like the earlier ones were showing, talking, there's a potential to have a conversation. Just be in that space of acceptance and forgiveness and listen more than you talk. When that conversation comes in, don't be confrontational. Be a listener. Okay, now let's see what messages want to come through for this last piece of this collective. What messages to the Divine Feminine, this Divine Masculine have for us? What are the current messages? Okay. Any more messages for this deck? Divine Masculine is clamming up, doesn't really want to give us a huge amount of messages. So, I guess we got this again. I wish I could take it back. And friends or families disapprove of this connection. And let's see if we get any more messages. So that's where a lot of the stress is coming from. I want to make things right between us. I'm not sure how to do that. I'm working on it. Again, pops up. And I have to focus on money and stability right now. So it's partially where they are. I think of you often and can still feel you. So they haven't left. They just are hiding what they feel. I didn't want to let you go. I just didn't know where to go with it, right? They knew it, they felt it, but they didn't know what to do. They were confused in their head. And the thought of you with anyone else drives me crazy. I try not to think about it, right? And this is a tough one for us all to hear because many of the Divine Masculines are into third parties, and it troubles the Divine Feminine quite a bit. So let's get some guidance as to timing. Angels never like to give it to me. They get snarky, but let's see if they're ready to show us. Is there anything you can give us, an advice on timing, angels, at this point, or any other advice? And they're telling us, hey, it's perfect timing. Something better is coming in. So that sounds pretty positive. That's my reading for the collective, and I think I'm going to cut it off here at the 25-minute mark. If anybody wants to jump in at the last minute and get a card reader and activation for themselves, that will be great. If you don't, that's fine too. I'm going to close it off with a bit of an activation, and the activation I'm going to do for today, based on what I've seen from the cards, is I'm going to do an activation to be receptive. Right? It's for the Divine Feminine to be receptive. If the Divine Masculine reaches out, have the receptive energy for the Divine Masculine, because remember, any activation we can do is only going to be for ourselves, not for anybody else. And so with that, we're going to do a quick activation. I want you to set the intention. This is for your highest and best good. You want to set the intention to be open and receptive with loving energies and unconditional love to your divine counterpart or soulmate, whichever that is that's in separation. You are going to allow yourself to be in a receiving mode from loving energies and communication energies. We're going to do this for our highest and best good of all, with no harm to anybody. So just step back for a second, and we're going to do a quick, probably 1 minute light language with this. Shapa uju wo pa wo shapa ayo apa wa ha shapa wo shapa pa 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 wo shapa pa 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 wo shi shi pa 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 wo wo shi shi pa 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 wo shi shi pa pa u shapa ayo apa wo shi shi pa 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 wo shapa wo pa wo shi shi pa 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 wo shi shi pa 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 wo ni je wo pa ho sha pa wo ho shi shi pa 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 na ha pa u shi shi pa 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 sha pa 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 shi shi pa 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 sha u jo nu pa wo sha pa u shi pa 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 sha pa u shi pa wo shi pa wo pa u shi pa wo shi sha pa wo shi pa 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 ho pa wo sha ha pa wo ni ji pa wo ho pa ho sha pa wo ju wo pa ho sha wo pa wo shi pa 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 wo sha pa wo. Okay, take a deep breath. Drink a lot of water with that. If you can't tell, the dragons were with us today. That's another synchronicity from our card pull. Dragons want to help you be more receptive. And with that, I'm going to end this. If you could, I would love you to follow my TikTok channel, and that's SilverFox9501. I will be doing a huge amount of lives on the TikTok channel, trying to bring it up to the same level as my YouTube channel. So I'll be going live a few times a day, doing free card pulls and activations. If you feel you want to try a light language activation, or you just want a message pull that's really geared towards you, be on the TikTok. Make sure you have the notifications on for the live, because I just do them impromptu. Generally, I'll do one in the morning, somewhere between 8 and 10, and generally I do another one in midday, somewhere around noonish, and then if I feel guided to, a little bit later in the afternoon. Also going to have a lot more of the Twin Flame card message pulls inside of my TikTok channel. If you prefer the light language is basically my YouTube channel. It's where I do most of the work there. But you can follow that as well, Silver Fox Spiritual, and that's on YouTube. Again, this is all a donation base, so if you feel like you want to donate, you can. It's very much appreciated. If you don't, that's fine too. That's just what keeps me going. And if you feel the need to have a personalized light language activation, I do those as well. Send me an email at silver.foxaffirmations@gmail.com. The information will be in my YouTube channel on how to get in touch with me, and then we can give you all the details on that. And with that, I thank you, and you have a great day. Cheers.